Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of AB in the Films. If there was ever a Steven Spielberg movie that I would have to talk about, and I've talked about quite a few of his films over the years, but if I had to pick another movie other than Jaws that Spielberg made that I loved from beginning to end that would follow Jaws, hands down it would have to be E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
The connection has been made.
I have the film on video cassette, and this was released in 1996, so this is the original cut from 1982. And you know, I remember seeing E.T. when it was re-released in the theaters back in 2002 for the 20th anniversary, and I had already seen the movie plenty of times, and I remember my grandpop was telling me at the time, because I was nine years old, and he said, why would you want to go see a movie in theaters that you've already seen? In fact, you have it at home, you know, but I kept telling myself, oh, that's going to be great, you know, we're going to see it on the big screen. That's going to be an experience. I've never seen E.T. in the movie theater before. And it had new scenes in it, you know, that I didn't expect that. But what do I think of the original cut of E.T.? I love this movie, you guys. And you know, it's interesting. When I was a kid, because I remember seeing this movie when I was a kid, there were some things in it that I just didn't understand. It kind of went over my head. Like, I couldn't really understand the bond between E.T. and Elliot. But what is so good in this film, I think, was Henry Thomas's performance. Without Henry Thomas as Elliot, this film would not work. It just wouldn't work. And there's a screen, for those who don't know, there's a screen, because this video cassette has a little behind-the-scenes featurette at the end of the movie. Like a little 15-minute documentary of the cast and crew talking about them making the film. And there's a screen test out there, and I'm pretty sure it's online, of when Henry Thomas came in to audition. And he was in complete tears. And it was an audition.
I can't take him.
Well, I'm afraid I have to, son.
Can't take him away, he's mine! He's my best friend, and you can't take him away!
And it was so emotional that in the background you can hear Steven tell him,
okay, kid, you got the job.
just like that. Now, for all two of you who haven't seen this movie, let me give you a little description. Simplest explanation. Alien gets left behind. He's on Earth. He meets Elliot. They have a lot in common. And it's really the friendship between Elliot and E.T. And especially when the scientists show up halfway through the movie, because they're looking for E.T. throughout the whole movie, but when they get him halfway through the film, it's like a roller coaster ride of emotions, you guys. I don't think Steven Spielberg had ever made a movie that emotional before E.T., and I think he won't make another one that has that much emotion in it until he would do Schindler's List. So, personally, I mean, like, watch this movie again. I never realized how many crying... There's at least 5 scenes in this movie where you just burst into tears. And it's like it's a little boy and an animatronic, and you really start feeling for this for this relationship that the two of them have, and it's done in a way that doesn't come off as corny or stupid or childish. It just comes up because Elliot's going through so much turmoil in his life, and E.T. is left all alone, doesn't know anybody, he's from another planet, and the two of them just start having this friendship, and it's just so well done. The acting is so well done. I mean, I think this was Drew Barrymore's first film. I mean, she's like 6 years old in this. She's young. But this film is just... This is especially at the ending. I mean, I won't ruin the ending for anyone who hasn't seen it. I mean, you guys have all seen this movie. You know what it is. I mean, I think this was definitely one of the highlight films of the 80s. Hands down. I mean, this is one of the best films of the 80s, if not all time. I think it's in the top 3 of the best films that Spielberg's ever made. I seriously believe that. That's how I feel. But I really love this movie. John Williams' score. When the bikes fly off and they're in the air. John Williams, he has done his scores in almost every one of Spielberg's films, starting with Sugarland Express. And without John Williams, it's just, you know, I can't explain it. Williams has a talent for bringing movies to life with the music he does. And it's not just with almost every one of Spielberg's films. It's with Home Alone. It's with Star Wars. It's with Harry Potter. I mean, he's done so many films. Look up John Williams' filmography with his film scores. You'd be surprised at how many movies he's done. And you know a lot of his scores as well. But when the bikes are going airborne, and we all know that music.
I'll be right here.
It just has a little bit of everything in it, and I love it. I especially like watching this movie around Halloween, not because it has a Halloween scene in it, but I just love this movie, and I think I'm going to start up the VCR and pop it in. So I will see you guys in the next review.